Hi friends, Brit here. I just want to do a little story time real quick to let you all know how my love of reading um, came about and why Anne Rice is my favorite author. So, whenever I was a child, my mom loved reading and she loved writing. She would read different novels, specifically the Vampire Chronicles. She would also read Gone with the Wind, A Scarlet Letter. She read with me often enough that it became a love. It was a way that we bonded. She was one of the only people that I really could connect with on the level that these books and stories are immersive. And one of the reasons why I love Anne Rice's storytelling so much is because of how immersive her stories are. She has so much detail, and she goes into her characters' thoughts and feelings, and there's no way you can read the book without fully being inside the world. But she was one of my mother's favorite authors as well. When I was about to turn 21, it was 2010. My mom had gotten sick and she was in the hospital. She went into a coma. Um, I was a member of Anne Rice's page on Facebook, which she refers to her members as the people of the page. And if you are a person of the page, and you were a person of the page specifically while Anne Rice was still alive, um, you know how special it is to be a person of the page. When my mother went into a coma, I went onto the page. I posted just asking for prayers, for thoughts. Anne Rice was one of my mother's favorite authors. I wanted to just feel connected to her. In that immediate moment when I felt like I couldn't because she was non-responsive, and I didn't expect much to come of it. But instead, Anne Rice made a post, a separate post, not only commenting on my post, but she made a separate post of her own asking for the other people of the page to send thoughts and prayers our way. And it was very special to me because in that moment, I didn't feel like Anne Rice was an abstract person who um, was just an author behind books and movies. She was a real person who had real feelings and real emotions and real empathy. And as an adult, something I've learned about her is she knows a lot about grief, and she shows that through her writings. And dealing with my grief from losing my mother on December 10th of 2010, her writings helped, but also the fact that she personally took the time to reach out and let me know that she was thinking about us solely because we were fans. Um, so, and I would say not only because we're fans, but just because we were people in general, people that were going through a hard time. Um, it showed her her humanity and her empathy, and it showed that it for her it wasn't just about notoriety or fame. Um, but that she actually cares about people. And that was a big thing for me. And then from that, so many people from the page reached out to me, and I still have friends on Facebook to this day from that. And they've watched my children grow up. They've reached out throughout the years, sent messages saying, "Your children are beautiful. You've become an amazing woman. Your mother would be so proud of you." Things that I didn't expect to happen from that one post. And that really stuck with me through the years as I went through the grieving process for my mom. Um, in 2025, I decided to reread all of the Vampire Chronicles. I had never read them in order. I had always just read them as I picked them up. And so I decided I wanted to start beginning to end. And especially now that she's passed, when Anne Rice passed she actually passed December 11th, 2021, which was one day after my mother's passing, after the anniversary of it. Um, and whenever she passed, that hit me hard too, because I had really hoped that she understood how appreciative I was and how many lives she really touched. Um, but in 2025, whenever I reread all the books, I got through over half of them, and I had gotten to The Prince Lestat, which was written or which was published in 2014. And this was after a hiatus, after Anne Rice had publicly stated that she would never be writing about Lestat again. And she had decided she missed him after she went through her own grieving process of losing her husband, and she had came back to the character and his story was unfinished. And so I was very excited to start this book. And I remember I was on my way to work and I had about an hour commute. And so I started the book and I was listening to it on Audible. And she was reading the dedication page. And everyone talks about this dedication page because she dedicated it to John Bon Jovi. But what stuck out to me the most was this was the first time that she dedicated one of her books to the people of the page. I bawled my eyes out driving to work after I heard her dedication because it just lets me know that as a fan base, we, the people of the page, meant just as much to her as she meant to us. And I cannot wait to get into this book club and really start connecting and talking to everyone the same way that she did and build a community that's as close knit as the community she had. Kisses.